situation you see. Prime Dynamics collector, that's the life for me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Prime Dynamics, with the TF committee. We are in the building with our new member. D. Jake is joining us today. How's everybody?
Mike.
Man, doing great, brother. Doing great.
Usual.
Well, welcome, and thank you for joining. And it's been a long time because he's been rocking with me since I was doing them crazy edits, and I appreciate the likes and laughs. Just like the rest of you, that's how I met you. So welcome into the circle, and can't wait to talk toys with you. So let's start off with you first. How's everything? You can hear me?
DJ.
Oh, I'm sorry. Man, life is great, man. I'm retired military, so I've just been, chilling at the house and everything, and man, life is great. Like I said, Air Force.
I was a crossing guard, so I did my part.
Hey man, you served.
My uncle was in the Air Force.
Oh, all right, man. Yeah.
Call of Duty veteran.
Yeah, most of my family were Army, but my father and myself, went Air Force.
Man, that's wonderful, man. I'm glad you made it out with good mental health and all in one piece. Cause I know how rough that stuff can be from what we see on TV. So
exactly,
glad you guys were healthy and had a good, nice career doing that. And both of you, I think you're what, Air Force as well?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, Army.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
half of my career's been with the Army. I did a lot of joint time. Yeah.
What was your MOS?
I'm a force support officer, which is basically like HR.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but we also include services type functions. Handling meal contracts, gyms, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, half of my career has been with the Army. I was actually stationed at Fort Bragg, which is now Fort Liberty.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have got court-martial over my bed alone. So no reason for me to be there. Yeah.
The corner's got to be tight, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, first brother get a ticket, double parked in the tank. So yeah, let me go ahead and pass on that. But appreciate you, brother. Fat Rob, how you doing, brother?
Doing great. I saw TF1 yesterday. It was a great movie, excellent movie. I want to see it again, and I'm gonna see it in 3D IMAX again. No bootleg. And it was a great day yesterday. I was off today. I didn't have to go to work this morning. I got to chill. So it was a good day.
That's what's up. Manu, how you feeling?
I'm well. I am doing pretty good. Daughter had 2 days home. She had remote schooling. It was funny to watch that happening.
Mm-hmm.
I got my brawl in finally. I'm happy about that. Yay!
Wonderful.
Just so you guys know, I ain't seen the movie yet, but I don't care about spoilers.
All right, well, we'll try to be gentle, but me and T got pretty into it last night.
We're gonna drop the bombs.
So before we get into all of that stuff, please log off now if you do not want to hear spoilers, because we are going there.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Before we head over to TNT, we got a flair for toys. Please,
what's up, Beef?
check out Beef live. And congratulations on getting to 10,000. That is a hell of an achievement. So that is dope. Welcome to the 10K club, man. I've been there for a couple of months myself, and it does nothing for you. So congratulations on making it past 10K. But then they're going to ask you to sell products. I get all these weird products they ask me to sell, like tampons and toenail polish and all of this stuff.
Goodness.
Yeah, they'll say we'll give you $1.36 for every one you get sold using your advertisement. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Knee back lotion.
Yeah.
Neat. Hold up. We ain't got no Didi up in here. 50,000 bottles of oil.
That's crazy. I had a bottle baby oil for 2 years. I don't know how
I don't even think Costco has 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, he had a special contract with BJ's. Pause.
I was thinking Amazon, but
yeah, man.
Hey, you welcome, Beef.
That's a lot.
Hey, take that.
I ain't taking nothing, brother. But, how you doing, TNT?
Hey, I can't complain. Blessed, highly favored. Had a busy week at work. Oh, busy. But other than that, good. My brawn is sitting in Chicago. If I see your handprints on it, I will come and get you, Rob.
How you gonna know the his?
Huh?
How you gonna know the his handprints?
Because I got his handprints already captured from
Hey,
a little
they
shit.
gonna have Vaseline on it.
Like that baby oil.
It's baby oil. And so then I got of course y'all can see my Transformer 1 stuff in the background. Bucket, cup, poster, comic book. So y'all can see that. And I got a couple of things in the mail. This one right here has come from our host tonight. This came from PrimeDynamics.com.
Supposed to be mine.
And you missed out on that, brother. And you paid too much money for the other item you got. I'm just going.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So,
Get him, T.
Yeah. So that right there came in from PrimeDynamics.com. I guess it's called PrimeDynamics.com.
Yeah.
But it shows up as my store if you order anything from them.
We are fixing that. It was an accident. So sorry.
Okay. So yeah, got this guy, Predaking Prime, Power of the Primes. Also, this right here comes from Meal Ticket Racing. Anybody know him? He the brother that has the longest Hot Wheel track for Guinness World Book of Records. He's on TikTok. So Meal Ticket Racing sent me this and the original G1 Bumblebee.
But quick question for you, TNT. But why did he give you a legend scale chain for a MP neck?
I don't know, but it's 3D, so it's his thing. So he has it hanging in his car, and I think it's pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty cool.
What you gonna do with it? You ain't gonna put it on?
I can't put it on. What would do?
Around breathing. Is he choking? Help!
And also, this was a surprise because I wasn't expecting this guy. Deathstroke came in.
Nice. Slade.
Is that Slade? No, that's Deathstroke.
Same character.
Same character.
Slade. Yeah. What's his first
Oh
name?
yeah, same. Well, Slade from Teen Titans, Deathstroke from the original. But you know, he do have Slade colors on.
His name was Slade Wilson. It's supposed to be like Deathpool, basically. Knockoff
Deadpool based off him.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's about. Oh, and thanks to Mr. Perry, I will be painting this up.
Oh, he shipped it.
Buzz Lightyear to ship. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So there will be a G.I. Joe's night. What is it called? Night Force.
Night Force.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
Night Force. Nice.
And that's about it.
What Joe you can put in it?
Thank you, Beef. She said what now?
I said, what Joe you can put in it?
I don't know. Devin going, I don't know. Maybe the one he's customized for me.
Okay.
Oh no, that was supposed to be going for my vamp. I don't know. I might take the scuba diver guy and put in there.
Oh, Deep Six.
Yeah.
Torpedo.
No, not Torpedo. The black. It's the 60th anniversary guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I got him too somewhere.
I might stick him in there.
I think his name is Chuck.
No, I don't know.
All right, Quest, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. Same like TNT, busy week. Had a little bit of minor surgery yesterday, but the bounce back is crazy. Call me Captain BBL.
Captain BBL.
Nah, but yeah, it's been it's been a week. I got some. I went heavy on the jewels this week, so somebody hooked me up with some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I might know that, bro.
Shout out to Prime Dynamics for the hookup. What else did I get in? I got in some stuff from X Transbots.
Nice,
sweet.
And then more importantly, bang!
I want to see that.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
Wait, why did you?
I got it. I took pictures of it in my hands.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Did you put him in
It's in
Discord?
the chat.
So you
I
needed
mean, I
an
can go
extra.
grab it.
You needed an extra Cosmo quest because you got Cosmos coming in your
Nah,
house.
I wanted the mainline one and the see what it is TNT is a terrible fucking influence. Excuse my language. Because he gets you with the scale talk. He gets you with the
Take
main
that.
line. Have
Take
them,
that,
you
take
know,
that.
transform and
Nah, you
vehicle
can't use
mode.
that anymore. That's not.
Yeah, like TNT, all y'all are bad influences, man. I love y'all to death, but y'all, bad influences. Bro.
Take that.
We influenced
In the
him
best
last 2
way.
weeks, but he still been buying stuff.
Yeah,
That's funny.
don't tell the wife.
Yeah, we need a T-shirt that says "Shh, don't tell the wife."
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I'm notorious for hiding stuff until I don't know if you guys got D. I don't know if you got smaller children, but you walk in the house after you bring in the groceries and you try to sneak that one bag in there, and then one kid catch you. What's that?
Loud as
Who
hell.
can I see? I'm like, what you learn to whisper in a helicopter? Shut up! Shit.
Put down the damn megaphone, man.
Hey, at least they don't do what my daughter does. She unboxes for me, and then she go to talk to mom. Say, yeah, check this out. And I'm like,
She done told me.
Come with the toy and the price tag.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell,
Hey,
man? Come
you
on.
tell her she can't be playing with it and then snitching at the same time.
hey,
Right.
look, she just want to show it off.
Bro, I played too much Shinobi to learn how to sneak in this house undetected. You know what I'm saying? A kid will always catch you.
Hey, Beef said he's not a bad influence. Lie.
Oh yeah, Beef. Yeah, you up there too, brother.
He the one got us started on this other stuff.
He is.
Hold on,
Yeah.
man. You the reason why I got this problem right here, bro. Like if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even started collecting G.I. Joe.
Yeah, you an advocate, brother. So yeah, definitely.
Hey, Manu, I sent you the pictures.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen, let's get into the topic at hand today. I'm glad everybody's in good health and doing well. So a lot of us got to see Transformers over the week or over the weekend. And I know TNT was excited when he first, told us that it's the movie of movies. He couldn't even wait for me to get out the theater and already blowing up my phone. So I was like, damn, I'm waiting for the credits because I guess prematurely text too early. And that messed it up. So he called me. So I got to see the end, walking to the parking lot, and then me and him got into a debate. And it was we saw two sides of the coin. I mean, but we're still going on the same directory, but we were on total opposites when it came to what should happen next in the movie. So I want to start off at the beginning, and I got some questions here. Let's just talk about the character and design first. Are you happy with them, or could they have done a better job?
I'm fine with it.
I'm actually happy with it because for one, we didn't know they Cybertronium modes, and at least they give us a Cybertronium mode for Optimus Prime.
Makes sense. Yep.
All right. What about you, D?
Hey, I love the character designs and everything. I mean, especially, and I know we'll talk about this later, but when they got their T-Cogs, they basically reformatted into a different design. So hey, I love the original designs. Yeah.
Manu, from what you've seen,
I like the way designs look, but now I've got to ask a question. You said they had the original designs before they got the T-Cog?
Well, so they get changed a little bit,
Get
before.
bigger upgrade.
Yeah. It's just basically DNA kits on them. So
So basically, you get this, but then you get. I ain't got nothing big enough. Pretty much from Bumblebee size to this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they just
I got
right.
better.
Yeah.
Hold on, TNT.
Gotcha.
I got better.
I mean, I like the way it looked.
I don't even know what I did with my
especially
my Optimus Prime. I think it's in the garage. There you go.
They go from this to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, gotcha.
To this.
I mean, so my thing is, I like the design. I mean, it's definitely for a new audience. I'm definitely not mad about the way it looks. So I'm just wondering how the story is going to progress from all the books and comics I've read and all the shows I've watched. If I'm going to be sitting here like, well, why didn't they do this? 40 years is a long time to think about something. So I mean, hopefully I'll be happy and I won't come out here grumbling.
You're gonna be happy.
Now,
you're gonna be happy.
We're gonna talk about that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, TNT.
We're gonna talk about that because someone brought them a light when we had our debate. I didn't know how long they was working on this movie.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
2015. Well, the idea. Yes. So they had time. Quest, from a bootlegger's perspective, what did you think of the character design?
Wow. On blast.
Oh man.
I got you.
Hey, TNT, high five, bro.
I hope you have many dirty diapers in your future tonight.
Too bad, brother, because I already been shot on.
So I'm gonna be honest, pre TCOG, I wasn't too impressed, but I also keep in mind that I wasn't the core audience for it. So I understand that this is geared towards a younger audience, a different audience from when we were that age. So I tried to keep that in mind while I was watching it. They weren't terrible designs. They just pre-TCOG, they really weren't for me. But right. I'm not hating on them either. I'm not mad about them. I'm not. I just kind of. I guess you could say I had a neutral standpoint on it.
Well, with pre-TCOG, we got to go back to the episode on our G1 side where transformation was pretty much invented by the Autobots.
Right.
So they did not have TCOGs then either. So I got to give them kudos for bringing that up.
I just mean the overall design. I feel like my old behind always has an issue with the newer stuff coming out because of the way it's designed, where like with us, when we were growing up, the designs were a little more hardcore, I guess, for lack of better words. And today's designs are a lot more softer.
Yeah.
We'll say soft. Yeah.
To me, that's the only thing that they actually gave to the kids was the design of the box to still sell toys. But to me, this movie takes care of IDW more than anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I think when you say that, knowing a little bit about IDW and all that stuff and Dreamwave, you said they've been working since 2015. When did Hasbro have their channel and they had the aligned continuity? When did that happen? Was it around 2015?
Somewhere around there.
It started in 2013.
Okay, so that's where they came from. They would have looked at that stuff, especially when those video games that came out for the systems. They would have taken all that and they'd have wrote it to this movie, so that way they'd have been to create what they have now. So
yeah, it's funny you brought that up. It's funny you brought that up. Yeah, it's funny you brought that up because according to my man that's above me, he did take inspiration from some of the games too.
Yeah. The games, Robot in Disguise, IDW Comics, a little bit of G1, and I think it's one more. I can't remember. I think Powers of the Prime.
Power of the Prime, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the focal point of this movie. Moving on to that, basically where the story begins, and this is something I just ordered, so I picked one up on Amazon. So this is where the basis of the story comes from: the origins of Megatron, how he was a worker.
I have
the
minor.
Yeah.
The minor.
I need that link. Send that to me.
I will. And this is where the basis of the story is coming from, where he was fed up and he was just tired of being pushed around, probably low wages, no breaks, you know what I'm saying? Women wasn't respecting him, couldn't get anybody, can't transform, you know what I'm saying? Got a roommate and all of this stuff. And Starscream is leading High Guard. Right. So, Manu, you could, push more onto this side of the story. So, is this a good place to start for Transformers?
Yeah. Especially since they, in the 80s, they were notorious for making villains evil just for the sake of them being evil. They gave them no reason to be evil. And it's around with this right here, and this is what those video games focus around and what every other comic book starts focusing around, the political aspect of it. Well, essentially, it goes from being a Cold War fight for resources is what we got because, it was coming out of the Cold War. And, the 70s, we had energy crisis, to this here, it's more political. You have caste systems, you have all these things, and you have the political unrest we have today. So that will create a monster.
Right. So This miniseries here is basically for those who haven't seen the movie, and many of you haven't. This is where your story takes off. So if you have this story or know this story of Megatron's origin, most of this is going to be familiar to you when you see the movie.
Right.
So my question to you, Quest, Megatron's origin based off what you've seen in the beginning of that movie versus War Don, what makes the better historian story? Now I know they presented more in the movie because we got 2 hours of the backstory, but did War Don do it justice with the little bit of time that we got to see back in the past? Which story do you prefer?
I prefer the comic book only because it showed them Optimus and Megatron on two different levels, but still shared enough in common that they developed that relationship. And I think that's what they should have did. And it didn't even occur to me about the Megatron Origins comic until you just said something. I totally forgot about that. So that puts it in perspective a little bit more. But now that I realize that they should have actually started Optimus instead of them being in. Well, I don't want to give away the movie, but
it's a spoiler.
So instead of them being minors together, they essentially should have followed at least that portion of the storyline.
Because Optimus Prime was a clerk at.
He's a data
clerk.
Yeah, was a data clerk. Yeah.
And they still found enough in their idealism that they were able to establish some sort of relationship before all hell broke out. So
because before Optimus and Megatron met, Megatron
Hey,
was already a gladiator.
can I put a pause on that real quick?
Hold on.
Prime Hostage says he's not hearing any audio.
I hear everybody.
You said Prime Hostage?
Yeah, I hear everybody.
Prime Hostage?
Yeah, Prime Hostage. You know I can't get his stuff right. He said he's not getting audio.
Every week.
Hokage.
Yeah. So I think that's him because Beef was just in here and he was able to hear us.
Yeah. I think it's on
he might have to get out of that
Hokage.
application.
Now you got to make a section for the Prime Hostage from now on. We got to put somebody.
He is hostage.
So let me give a shout out to Prime Hoagie. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
B said he can hear us.
Man, wow.
You might have to reboot Hokage. Prime Hostage. God damn.
Prime Hostage.
Wow.
He called him Prime Hoagie last week.
Man, y'all have too much fun here. Man. Y'all have too much fun.
Hokage.
Hey, Prime Hemorrhoid, we'll have you back on next week.
Yeah, TNT.
Hokage. Make this brother change his name.
Fire who?
Hokage means fire shadow.
Okay, Prime Fire Shadow. That's what I'm gonna call you.
Okay.
And sorry about your Perceptor.
Oh yeah, man.
He's future.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I was saying though, because in the line comics, by the time Megatron and Optimus met, Megatron was already a gladiator.
Right.
And the whole reason why they were against each other because they met at the High Council.
Right.
And Megatron's like, we want more power, blah blah blah. And Optimus, he's modest. He's like, no, I think we should work together, get resources together, and then the council they eventually made him a prime, and that's how that happened in the comic book. That's how it happened in the comic book.
So let me ask you guys this. Leaving that part out in the movie, do you think that should have been added in? Also, did they replace the gladiatorial with the race?
I would love to see Megatron's gladiator. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, the way Megatron was fighting, D16 Megatron, the way he was fighting, you would automatically assume he was a gladiator previously before becoming a minor. Now, me personally, I like the way that they portrayed Megatron as a minor, which was based off of the comic book, but then also Optimus Prime was a minor as well, because if you remember in like the Michael Bay Transformers movie, in which when Megatron died, he said, you left me no choice, brother, and also some other parts about them being brothers. It kind of made me wonder, like, okay, they're brothers, but how did that happen? How did they come together? Because like we all mentioned before, Optimus Prime, Ryan Pax was a clerk.
Yep.
Except for in the G1, in which he was a
Worked at like
storekeeper or something.
UPS or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
raw.
Yeah, he was a warehouse manager. Yeah. And then Megatron, you know, was a gladiator. He was a miner. So me personally, I just think the movie did a great job. Hey, they were both miners. You know, they were real close. They came together. However, I do think that, because like I say, the way Megatron fought, it was like, hey, he was a gladiator. You know,
ferocity there.
yeah, there was
Right.
some ferocity there. So I could understand, like in the beginning, he was a gladiator, but he did something wrong, and then they made him a miner. Maybe they could have introduced that.
Fair
And-
enough.
and-
You know,
Now that you like, also with the races being a substitute for the gladiatorial pits. Again, we have to keep in mind that this was geared towards kids who they can't be exposed to the same, like it's
Yeah.
not like when we were coming
You
up
make a
where
great
that
point.
would have been
Right.
acceptable. So
Yeah.
they had to substitute the fights with races, you know.
I was going to ask that.
you know what?
question.
That's a great point, Quest. That's a great
I was
point.
gonna, I was going to ask a question about it because I was like, if you go on about the books that were written and everything, and the way that Megatron and Prime Orion Pax actually meet, is Orion Pax like a fan of Megatron's, but I understand why they left it
Right.
out for kids because
Mhm.
a 5-6 year old kid ain't gonna understand that at all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I want to add to Quest and DJ. I see in the movie. I mean, I went and saw it twice, but how I see it in the movie, I think. Of course, I agree with the gladiator because he did fight like a gladiator. As far as the miner thing, which the comics brought him up as a miner, I think they played a little bit of both because Optimus Prime in the beginning of the movie, he was sneaking into the archives.
Yep.
And
Right.
so he
right.
pulled that up. So
Yeah.
he's already in the data clerk area,
You got that.
and they kept throwing it, the data clerk, whatever. And
Data.
so, yeah, same thing. We all get it.
Yeah.
And so, from hearing the other Transformers talk, he's always sneaking in that place just to get information. So I see they brought the librarian in, the data setup, the miners, the gladiators, because how did Megatron know how to fight? I mean, that dude threw some punches.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he caught Darkwing hand way before he became
Right.
Megatron.
Right.
So, and then the other question is it really geared towards the kids?
Probably not.
I don't think it is.
It's not. I said that.
I don't think it is. I think it's geared towards maybe the 15 to up from this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's from the 12 and down. I don't think it's geared to that.
To me, it's Rob's age because that
Yeah.
Megatron 1 came out 2007, 2008, that miniseries. So that'd be around his age, and all of us were pretty much out of it. But the story is so good that G1 fans could adopt it.
Yeah,
Right.
it brought it all together and blended like a perfect smoothie.
Right.
I mean,
Let
it
me
was
ask this question.
delicious to me.
Right. And also we have to keep in mind with Transformers. Transformers is like a multiverse.
Yeah,
You know, you have different origins, different universes, on, the Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Manu, what's your question?
So there were miners. Did they play into the caste system idea at all?
I
Well,
don't
they
know
were
enough
miners,
about
so I
ID,
assume they were like lower
Well,
class.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the lower class was anyone without a T-cod.
Yeah.
Ah,
So-
got you.
So
Yeah.
they had other groups of Transformers, which I don't know if they were government workers or soldiers or whatever, but they essentially could transform.
Got
All
you.
right.
But they did have some, if you want to call them government workers, which was the high what they called them
High guard.
high guard.
High guard.
So
Yeah.
that was pretty much government right there.
Right. I noticed that the miners, minus Megatron, were mainly Autobots
Autobots. Yeah.
Yeah.
versus the Transformers in which they were racing. I saw, names for Autobots and Decepticons. Like they mentioned Skyfire. I saw Swindle. I saw Power Glide. But then, of course, the Decepticon. Right, exactly. But then Afterburner, Motormaster. But then the High Guard, the Decepticons, Decepticon Seekers minus Shockwave.
The Coneheads.
Which includes Shockwave and Soundwave, yeah. The Coneheads.
Yeah, they had all the Coneheads. They had Cloud, what was the name? Cloud Cover in there. They had Acid Rain, Acid Storm.
Yeah. Candy Rain.
They had a bunch of them out there.
So, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a sec. So, as we know in G1, Starscream was the winner of the Decepticon Military Army or whatever it was called back then. Now we already know that the High Guard was already not for it, and so this must mean the dismemberment of the military for the Autobots, and or just the Renegades that moved on. How come they didn't bring that up into the movie? Because I think the High Guard shouldn't have been there. I think they should have focused more on the military.
That's a great question. They still brought the point that he's always Starscream wanting to be leader or something.
Yep.
True.
So I guess once it won't the High Guard, then I guess it could have been, as we saw when O'Brien then walked up on it, could that been sort of a military coup or something?
Well, I guess it makes sense to why he wants leadership all these years, especially in the TV show. It wasn't that he was just trying to take over Megatron. He wanted his power back. And after years and years of just losing, I could do a better job because I was the star in all of the Decepticon, Academy, things. I was number one and I was all of this. I could do a better job than Megatron. So he felt like Megatron did when he was in the month.
Yeah, I mean, what made him think he can beat Megatron now when he couldn't beat him when he's just a regular? He wasn't Megatron then.
Yeah.
That's more gladly.
He's supposed to beat him because he was high class.
What's up, Drake?
What's up, Drake? Wait.
What's up, Drake?
Any snake pissed on you lately?
That's a whole other story, DJ. You had to be there.
Gotcha.
But I think that I don't know what make him think he can whoop him now when he couldn't whoop him.
You know
when
what?
He was
I think.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
DJ.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was about to say because in the movie, Starscream didn't know D16. So of course, he was arrogant. He was like, "Hey, I command that High Guard, so therefore, I could kick his ass easily."
Right.
Yeah.
However, when D16 kicked Starscream's ass, and then that fusion cannon came out, who did the High Guard, cheer for?
Yeah.
D16. Yeah, exactly. So it was all about showing of strength. And then also when it came to the High Guard being the military, well, you don't have to say they are the military. You don't have to use those words. The way they were set up, they had weapons, the way they moved and everything, especially when Starscream like, hey, we came together to fight, Sentinel Prime. I mean, you could automatically assume that, the High Guard was the military.
But who knows, they were even at war with them, because it looked like they were outcasted. To me, Soundwave and Shockwave remind me of Dr. Mindbender and Destro. And then he became the new Serpentor because they were tired of Starscream.
I
you could see how they were like bucking their chest and they were like ready for a new leader.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
All right. So one thing about Starscream doesn't have leadership potential. He's conniving, and excuse me, Rob.
I'm a modern Starscream fan. It's a difference.
Yeah, he's conniving. He's an opportunist. He has aspirations, but he doesn't have internally what it takes to be a leader, which is why it never works out for him.
Yeah. So he has the desire, but not the ability.
Yeah, he's one of those people that, like, okay, I can run this Fortune 500 company, but as soon as he gets that CEO position, stocks start dropping. He just doesn't have it in him. I mean, he has aspirations. I mean, shit. I want to be an astronaut, but I don't like heights. It is what it is. You know.
Well,
what
he's
I
a
mean?
solo act because it proved in all of his, achievements within the academy. I mean, because he's very, highly of that, and I'm curious to know who was he going against because obviously Megatron wasn't in it. So, it's an interesting story.
There's more behind that. So,
Yeah.
we probably can see that in the next part a little more.
He's the perfect number 2 pencil. Like that's all he will ever be is number 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me move on to this next topic and your thoughts of Sentinel Prime.
Let me go first.
All right,
Let me-
Jake, you up? Go ahead.
Okay, go.
He was crooked. He was like Denzel training.
Bruh, you don't know.
Oh man,
He make Nino Brown look like an angel.
Man,
Bruh.
yeah. Because in the
Bruh.
beginning, he was very charismatic. He was like, all for the people and everything. And it was like, yeah, Sentinel Prime, yeah. But then as you going throughout the movie, it's like, for me, I'm like, this mother, you know what?
Yeah, right.
And yeah, it was like, I was like, man,
Just imagine working for 30 years and somebody took your 401k.
Right.
Hey,
That's
look,
That's Sentinel Prime right there. Yeah.
So I'm not trying to politicize this, but the best way to say it is to call him Sentinel Trump. And I'm gonna do that.
Bruh, good. I'm gonna tell you, man.
Hey, look what Dreadquake said.
Yeah.
Higher class citizen. Dreadquake got a point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. When they announced Sentinel Prime in there, I already knew this Joker was gonna go. I already know this Joker was gonna go left field quick because I mean that dude. How can I say it? That nigga, he was.
Sponsors. There go the sponsors.
Well, it's sponsored by Prime Dynamics Collectibles. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. So I mean, that dude, boy, he pissed me off. Check the Goosebumps out, bro. Check it out. He pissed me off so bad. I want to literally go up there and punch the cog right out of his hand for real. Because I felt what Megatron felt. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I felt that. Okay. Spoiler alert. Big spoiler alert.
It's all spoilers. There's no.
This dude was so raw. This dude was so raw. He literally, before these guys came online, when they was like baby sparks, he took the freaking T-cog from them, bro.
Yep.
And lied. I was telling John that that's like taking your genitals after you were born.
Yeah.
Bruh, that's neuter. That's like neutering a dog. You know what I'm saying?
To be fair, let me ask. So go ahead, D.
And not just that, but what he did to the Primes, he betrayed them to the Quintessons.
I was going to ask about the Primes.
And then what he did to Alpha Trion too.
Bruh,
he essentially was the Fallen.
But that's a question to be asked. Is Alpha really dead?
No.
Because they didn't show it. They just showed him stabbing.
Yeah.
But they actually showed the Prime that he ripped the freaking Matrix out of old boys.
Here's how I think why he's back alive. D, let me finish the point. The reason I think he's still alive, when Optimus got thrown in that pit and he got woken up, that Energon also hit Alpha because they also saying the same Matrix, and he's this first generation. So there was enough power to put Alpha Trion back online. So he's not dead.
Right.
All right. Sorry, D. Go ahead.
I was about to say, possibly Alpha Trion could have died is because when, Orion Pax fell into the pit, and then you saw all the Primes, and Alpha Trion was there too, the spirit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we saw the spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Prime, we debated on this part for like 30 minutes or so. I mean, I bet you all the way to his house. And I seem to think that dude ain't dead because, like I said, they actually showed him shooting every Prime, shooting old boy in his chest and ripping the Matrix out. They showed him shooting at Alpha, but I think he hit Alpha where it took Alpha offline.
Yeah.
But they didn't show him. They showed him stabbing Alpha, but they never showed him being dead. All he saw was the blade in him.
Yeah.
He could have missed a artery. You know what I'm saying? An energon artery. You know.
He could have been put in stasis. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the awakening of
Stasis
Primus,
lock, yeah.
that's considered a golden age. So
Yeah.
when it re-energizes the planet, I think, like I said, he's the first gen. One of his first
Right.
creation. I think he's the third prime out of the 13. If you put him in order, Alpha Trion is.
Yeah.
Probably why he
Yeah,
goes
I think
by
so.
Alpha
Yeah,
Trion.
yeah.
So
Tryon, yep.
that energy had to put him back online. So I think it's going to be a self-sacrifice for Alpha Trion to actually fully be dead, just like he did in the Key to Vector Sigma Part 2.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
there's something else going to happen. I wanted to save this, but I think Dreadquake's question was pretty good here. So he cut Megatron's head off, and Megatronus is still good though. Could Megatronus still be alive?
I don't know. Well, if he is, he called
I
it.
don't think that
He don't have
that
no
would
T-card.
go with the storyline because the whole basis of Megatronus was that's who Megatron was basing his personality off,
Right.
his goals as who he wants to be. So he took his name, shortened it. I don't think Megatronus would fit in order for like the Megatron can't reach his full potential if Megatronus is still alive.
So
Because Megatronus essentially would be a number one. There can't be two number ones.
hold on, TNT. Hold on one sec. Manu, is anything of that in the comics where Megatronus and Megatron actually work together?
No.
Oh, in the IDW, I
Megatronus
mean.
is long gone by the time Megatron comes up.
Okay,
Megatron,
yeah, never mind.
The electoral
Never mind.
piece was called Megatronus.
Yeah.
And when they were cheering his name at some point in time, he adopted Megatron because when he was hearing it, it's like it was cut off, and he's like, "Oh, I like that better. That's a different personality." But the original primes weren't around in those books; they were gone.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
I want to throw a nail, a wrench
Nail in the
that.
coffin. There you go.
Yeah, I want to throw a wrench in that because Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron,
Okay, yeah.
they have Megatronus and Megatron within the same, and they brought it back. I named myself after you.
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
Yeah,
point.
but
So-
here's the thing about that. In that storyline, Megatron really wasn't the big bad anymore.
True.
No.
No,
Remember,
But,
at that point, he
so
had
that-
kind of
that's
given
true.
up and was like,
true.
just wanted to live in peace.
so Megatronus must have came
was
back in
able
time
to-
then.
Well, no, they brought he wasn't dead, but by the
Well,
time
yeah,
he
yeah.
appeared, Megatron had already said, you know, I'm just gonna cool out, get my AARP card, and retire. So, because in most storylines there can only be one true big bad. You're not gonna have two extinction level bad guys. Because how's that gonna work? There can be only one.
Yeah, you're right because they killed Unicron. He was the big baddie, but
Right.
now they killed Unicron right off the bat. So
Now, I
Right.
got a question. Now, Alpha Trion, when he had the four cogs, the 4 T cogs, one of them was supposedly belonged to Megatronus.
no.
No. Central
no.
had Megatronus is
Signal
No,
have Megatronus
Yeah.
cog.
He had
okay.
another one.
It
I
was
think Onyx or
Amalgamus,
bless you.
Monogamous prime.
Primer,
Monogamous. Prime?
Monogamous.
I don't know how to say that name.
We know it was 4 primes, but
Yeah.
Signal Prime took Megatronus because Megatronus was the biggest, baddest prime at
Yeah.
the time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So if you notice, when Megatron took out his cog that was given to him from Alpha, when he put Megatronus in, he got a little bigger and
Yep.
broader.
That's
Yeah.
the point I was trying to make. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could Megatronus's essence?
Being evil.
I
Yeah.
think
In
it
his
Well,
T-cog,
I
in his
mean-
T-cog transfer over to Megatron. Was he inserted?
I had that
T-cog?
question too.
Yeah, I don't think so because I say this. Before he took Megatronus T-cog, he was already turning pissed off evil
Mm-hmm.
before he took the cog. So I don't really think Megatronus was evil. If he was, I can see
Well,
him taking
Megatronus
out
is
the
evil
Prime.
because he was going against the primes.
Well, but
not
in
in this
this story, yeah, not
universe.
Yeah,
different
not in
universe.
Transformers one. Yeah.
Yeah, so in this one, he went to go help the primes. Now he could have, if he were going to be evil, I think he will turn on the primes way before
following,
Sentinel
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because what's his name? What's the bad guy in the movie?
Cinema Prime.
Cinema Prime essentially filled the
Right.
role of
Right.
what
Prime,
they call it,
Honest
of the
Alchemist, and
fallen
Alchemist.
or
Right.
So Alita got Prima Prime, right? Prima.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's
Yeah.
the only female Prime in that group, correct?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And I
Onyx.
think-
Who got Onyx?
I think Orion Pax got Onyx.
Oh yeah, I know.
So isn't Onyx the first combiner?
No. Or was it Alchemist Prime that Prime?
Alchemist.
Amalgamous,
Amalgamous.
because he kept his cog. Optimus Prime kept his cog, but the Matrix enhanced that cog. So
Yeah.
it may be. I don't know.
First Beast.
So it won't on it then. So that
Right.
probably went to B.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
F Bumblebee, even though he made me laugh.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know you like this, but
No,
he's a
I
whole
didn't.
dude. But you gotta
I laughed a
admit,
couple
he's
times. And still
you
F
gotta
Bumblebee.
you gotta admit he's a whole different beat from the
Yeah.
bees we know.
Yeah.
I mean, it beat to me. I like that beat better than all the other bees. Even
Right.
I like him better than G1.
He's still yellow, and he's still.
Oh, God,
All
that ain't got
right.
nothing.
So Dredd was talking
Rob,
about.
you are a yellowish, Rob. You are a
Yellowish.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this next topic. Dredd was talking about it. How many of you were pissed when you saw Jazz get ripped apart? Even though we know that's the Easter egg for the movie of the first Transformers movie.
I was like,
They
they
were
better
paying
not.
homage.
They better not. I was on the edge of my seat in that part.
And then it was 16-year-old Jazz too.
Always the
Man.
black guy.
They did it again.
Yeah, they ripped his leg off. He got caught up.
He almost
He-
died, but
He got caught when they was mining for Energon from Primus. Another little Easter egg. He said Optimus Prime. Orion Pax said I hit a major vein, and it started busting up everything. So Primus was trying to heal himself so it wouldn't erupt too much. And as it closed in on him, it caught Jazz's leg. So they had to rip his leg out to save him. But they
at this
fixed him.
point, that's just his special ability.
Yeah, it's
Lose his
assembly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, they
Rewind.
better not kill my dog
But-
again, bro.
Right.
Okay, so-
But he survived though.
Yeah,
He
Primus-
survived, though.
Primus is Cybertron.
Okay.
They actually-
I just wanted to
yeah,
double check that.
In the beginning of the movie, they actually show Primus creating
he
the
transformed.
12 primes.
Okay.
Oh, here's another one. Yeah, also a little odd that Zeta and Sentinel are two different characters again, because from for Cybertron game, the whole name is Sentinel Zeta Prime.
Yep.
He is
Yep.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Remember, like you said, he took from the game.
yeah, well, it was a lot of homage in there. There was a lot of Easter eggs, and I thought the Easter eggs were going to remain in the background. Like when that train scene happened, when they were on the train, the first train, you see a whole bunch of G1 Autobots. I was like, oh shit, is that
Yeah.
Hound in the corner? Oh,
Yeah.
Ratchet's on here. Wow, we got
I
all
was
of
saying the
our
same
faves
thing,
on there.
yep.
I was like, that's dope. But I thought that was going to be the
Yeah,
end
Art.
of it. But to see, multiple versions of them, we
Side
see,
swipe,
yeah,
all of them.
all of
Yeah.
them, and it was just crazy
RC.
to see that.
RC, yep.
Hey,
Is
what's
there
the Impact Productions?
Is there any Easter egg that stuck out to you that you can share with the group? Go ahead, TT.
When they went to the surface, and Leader One was so pissed off with Orion Pax, she called D16 and badass Astrotron, a GoBot.
Yep.
He called them. I'm getting tired of you and them two GoBots.
Yep.
I thought that was Astrotron.
Where does that come from? It's just like I said. I think it was either there's a job description that's called GoBot, or did they really know the GoBots? That's crazy if that's true. What about you, Rob?
Surprised to get Bumblebee again. Oh, when he was introducing D16 Orion Pax's friend, he was like, "Hey, Tron." I was like, "Oh,
Hey, Tron, yeah,
I was
I
like,
got
"Get up
that.
at Key and Peele." Everybody was looking at me like, "What is he talking about?" I'm like, "Y'all ain't watch Key and Peele.
Right. Yeah.
How do y'all not get that reference?"
Yeah, that was cold. What about you?
Me, the organic plants. on the surface.
Yeah.
Organic plants.
Let's actually go into that.
Yeah.
Let's go into that.
And I'm glad you said it because I saw something on the original season
Beast
3.
Machine. Beast. Oh, on the.
I saw something on the season 3. What I was watching?
You was
the one
watching
with the
C minor.
Yeah,
last
C
night
minor,
when we
and
were on
then
the
there
phone.
was 2 episodes after that.
Quintessence Journal.
I
The
can't,
when they go back in the past. I mean,
yeah, when they go back in the past.
yeah.
There was actually some dirt and everything on Cybertron because I saw when the dude fell
Oh,
and he
yeah.
slid through dirt. So there was
Mhm.
actually dirt on Cybertron.
Yep.
So I asked Chat GPT, DJ, you'll know that I work with AI a lot, so I have a lot of conversations with it. And I asked it about the surface level of Cybertron. As we see it in the cartoon, it's all battered and there's missing spots and all of that stuff. And I asked it at some point, was the Transformers organic? And what it said to me was, partially, they were failed relationships of the Quintessence. And so when their race was dying, they decided to create robotic organisms to help them survive as the planet was dooming at that
That makes
time.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Now this is
Organic.
its own theory. It's not taking this from anywhere because I've trained it to think of it. Every time I feed it information, it comes back at me with something, and I was just like, "Wow."
Well, in that same episode when they go back in time and we see a baby, a young Alpha Trion,
Mm-hmm.
it says that the Quintessence did build the Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, in G1. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it must have
draw
been
from-
some type of resistance where they finally got kicked off the planet and it caused a lot of damage.
Yeah, maybe.
It's crazy what that could be. But I think there was organic life on Cybertron, but this has to be so many years ago, like maybe even a different dimension. And to me, I was thinking deeper about this, where I feel did Primus kind of lose the battle to Unicron in a fight, and he decided to go to another, section of the space where kind of landed him closer to Earth, and he transformed to reserve himself, and that was the last of the planet. And by Optimus Prime in this movie getting thrown into the middle where he regenerated himself, does that send a beacon to Unicron to find him in this part of the galaxy to restart this fight at a future movie?
Just like in the comic book.
I have no recollection of the comic. I never read it, so this is just me in chat having a conversation.
Yeah.
Also, with that said, they pretty much Unicron and Primus was created from another course Transformer, and both of them end up transforming. Unicron ended up turning himself into an asteroid, and Primus turned himself into Cybertron. So, and that was like many moons ago, because he should have been, but I know DJ Jake. Yeah, DJ.
Yeah.
Got something to add to that.
Yeah, and the reason I bring up a comic book, and this was like back in the 80s, I think the comic book is a Transformer comic. I think the title of it was Primal Scream.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some Transformers that went to the core of Cybertron, in which they was like, oh my God, this is Primus. But Primus was asleep. And when they woke Primus up, Primus sent a beacon, and that beacon reached Unicron. And Unicron turned into the direction of Cybertron and started traveling there. So that's why I was bringing up the comic book.
Hey, that sounds like
They have
Superman.
Primus, and he actually dies trying to. I'm trying to remember which one it is.
Yeah, it was an old school comic. Yeah, it was
That,
an old
that sound
comic.
that sound like Superman when Superman got stabbed by Doomsday. He yelled out, "Send that beacon out!"
Right. Yeah.
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 All right.
But
Quick question
then also,
before we move on.
Sure.
yeah, but back to the organic part, the transorganic part, because we saw in the beginning that Primus transformed into Cybertron.
Yeah.
But yet there was organic life on Cybertron. So for me, that's
I get where you're
for me,
going.
I'm trying to put two together. I'm like, okay, but Primus is a mechanical being, but yet there's organic life when he transforms into Cybertron.
I think they took that from that episode where we saw, I can't remember what episode it was, but when they landed, they actually had sand. Oh, it was a planet where they had sandstorm on it. And they thought it was Cybertron.
Yeah.
Impactor.
They thought it was a Cybertron in the Golden Age.
Right.
And it had, and it was a metal planet with sand and stuff on it.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask a question. So I didn't watch all the Transformers animated, but little girl was supposed to be Cybertronian, right? Hybrid, correct? Rob?
Correct. Yeah.
I thought it was just the key. That was later because she got injured, right?
She was supposed to be Cybertronian in some kind of way.
Yeah, she was an android, but she was made out of Cybertronian parts. So I know who you're talking about. It was Transformers animated.
Sorry.
Yeah, Transformers animated.
Sorry.
When we saying organic, because so that could have come full circle. Were we saying like completely organic or techno organic? Like,
Dreadquake said techno organic.
Yeah.
So I guess you can see that because it had deers and everything on the planet.
Right. So
yeah.
That's crazy. Let's talk about what's next steps for Transformers Part 2 when they release this movie, probably in 2027, 28, somewhere around there. Where do you see this story going? Now, me and TNT had a conversation where he feels they should finally bring in the Quintessons as the main villain for this movie.
Probably are.
In my opinion, I think it should be more between the Decepticons and the Autobots and ruining the first Golden Age or second.
Yeah, I think they should flesh out that war.
Right.
Give us an inside look on what it was like on Cybertron as the war escalates, as the casualties start to mount up, as their personalities develop based on what they're going through during that war. I agree with you on that.
Now, the reason I say Quintessons, because Quintessons was in the movie was after Energon. So that's how Sentinel paid his debt through Energon. So now that Energon is flowing freely throughout Cybertron, who to say is the Quintessons come back, try to take over, or just try to do anything, then Megatron and Optimus Prime got to come together as one to run them off, and then from there another war, which the war we know starts up, and then turns from Golden Age to pretty much Platinum to Silver. So,
but I don't see what do you
would.
But for what? If the power is there, why would Megatron share it? Even if
I don't think he's going to share. I think it's the fact is you got to realize Megatron is still pissed about what would happen, and before anybody take that world, he's going to protect that world so he can take it.
Well, I don't think he's upset at that point now. And I think he's more pissed now that Optimus is a Prime.
Well, he's pissed about that, he's pissed about that. That's a second level piss. But his first level piss, and he said it at the end of the credits. Bootleg couldn't see it, but at the end of the credits, he was talking about that, and he's still pissed about that part. Really pissed about that part. So you got first piss, then you got second piss. Okay, let me take care of this first piss, then I'll worry about pissing on him later on.
Whoa.
Oh, I say it like, okay. So anyway, Diddy. No Diddy.
No R. Kelly either.
No R. Kelly. But that's why I think the Quintessons only play this much of a role in it.
As they should.
Yeah, but I still think, just like the Quintessons play the whole 5 faces of death deal, I still think the Quintessons going to come there. They're going to want that Energon. Megatron said, no, I'm not sharing it with you. He can't fight them all off by himself.
Yes, he can, because you got to remember, Sentinel was short on his payment to them. So that was not enough to sustain them. Shit,
I know. That's why I said
they got probably
they're
only
going to come back.
They ship on half a tank. I
And
mean,
then-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They coming back. They gonna come back.
especially
And you guys got to remember another thing, that Sentinel doing what he did, he took away essentially the only thing that that could stop the quintessons, which was a prime. He took away the primes. So now we have an established prime. We have Megatron, who is basically as strong as a prime, but not officially a prime.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good deterrent.
Stop right there.
let me hold Manu, one thing.
Okay.
Why would they come back knowing that Primus is awake?
Right.
well, the
Well-
energon is flowing.
The energon is flowing. They key thing. They run off of energon just like they Optimus Prime and them. When it's just like if you go out there and you don't feed your dog for 2 months and you reach your hand in there, he's gonna tear it off.
Mhm.
Right.
He'd be homeless, but
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you
At the
keep
same
starving
time,
a bear,
if your dog, that before he tears your arm off, if he realizes you now got a grizzly bear guard in the house, he gonna be a little bit nicer to you. And that's essentially what Primus is. Primus is a grizzly bear level. If the quintessons are essentially Rottweilers, you got a grizzly bear, a black bear.
But- yeah, but
Sitting in the
Primus can't do nothing in planet form. That means this dude had a transform or whatever.
They
He
don't
can't
know
do
that.
nothing.
See,
Yeah.
we don't know if
Which-
he has the power.
I
but,
mean, he
Yeah.
can transform, but what I'm saying is, why would he transform knowing all his babies is on the planet? I still say it's going to be a
no
fight
different
between
than getting on the
all
airplane. You buckle your ass down somewhere
Yeah.
and pray to God.
It could be it's same theory as with Titans. Titans transform with Transformers in them.
Right.
right.
Well,
so-
yeah, but they know how to move around. But
Yeah,
you know.
and also
I mean-
the suits fall off like silk.
Ultimately, though, you have essentially what is a world-sized Titan guarding the planet now. He's awakened. He's back. He's feeling good. He's been hitting the gym. He's drinking his green shakes. He's good. It's the golden age. So I think that would be a deterrent.
I don't think I still think they're gonna be.
It's
I
too
mean,
soon.
I think that Quintesson. I think they coming because that Quintesson was pissed that he didn't get enough,
Right.
and I think he's coming back. They coming back, and
Yeah.
they ain't gonna come back with just one ship. You see how big that ship was?
Yeah, that shit
That shit was almost big as
Very
freaking.
organic.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a techno-organic.
Yeah.
Techno-organic ship.
Ho-
Yeah.
Hold on, gentlemen. We
Deluxe
got Deluxe.
What's
Deluxe
Deluxe?
Ball-
What's up, Deluxe?
What's going on?
Deluxe
Deluxe
Baldwin
Baldwin?
in the building.
Deluxe?
This is my guy. I love the mannerisms this brother be dropping when he does his videos. So
Yes,
if
sir.
you're not familiar with his
Laying
channel,
on the floor.
pay attention to his channel. He does
Yeah.
wonderful work. So I appreciate you for showing up.
Laying on the floor playing with his Transformers. Oh, did y'all see what Dread Quake said? There was an Easter egg what Starscream did.
Oh, where was that?
Post credit sorcery about
Putting the
choice.
symbol upside
Oh,
down.
cool.
I did
yeah.
catch that too.
Yeah.
All right, now look, you guys said that there's a golden age going on.
Mm-hmm.
You said that the primes were a deterrent.
Hey, whoa! What's that, Rob? Hey, put your damn dick away.
Hey, put that ditto down, bro.
Yeah. You know what's that? You can't be short. You gonna get me flagged.
Oh, that-
Hey, hold on. He got a Transformers X-Men crossover.
hey, Deluxe, Deluxe. I'm thinking about going to see it a third time, brother.
Yeah, we all gonna see that again, man. But Rob, you got to be careful, man, because you look like you had no pants on when you did that. All right.
We did. Hey, I hope that Vaseline. I hope that Vaseline ain't beside your bed.
All right, Manny, what was your point? I'm sorry.
You said that we got energon flowing, the golden age, primes, deterrents for the quintessons. So it sounds to me like, without having seen the movie, we got Sentinel Prime that said, you know what? So I can control everything. I'm gonna take you guys out, so I can make a deal with these fools quintessons. Because you said he was pretty much selling energy. He was giving it to him or selling it to him.
He was.
He was getting
No,
fucked out of
he
it.
was basically
Yeah.
making them work so he could sit like a prince, basically.
Right.
They
He was
essentially-
basically a D-boy.
They was
Quid
taking his
pro
lunch
quo.
money. They was
Quid
taking
pro
his
quo.
lunch money.
Yeah.
All right. So they state that the quintessons were native to Cybertron in the movie, or we just going to old lore.
You said what now?
I said,
Right.
so they
Right.
state the Quintessons were native to Cybertron before they were given the boot or whatever.
I don't know if they were native to Cybertron because when they showed Primus turning into Cybertron, Primus created them guys. So I'm thinking they came in to try to take over.
Right.
And, because it was Sentinel Prime set them up to go in a cave. And it's pretty much at that point they realized that Cybertron, that they was being ambushed. It was a trap. Right. So they came on the planet to probably to take over. And at that time, the Energon was flowing. But as soon as the Matrix disintegrated, the Energon flow stopped. And they actually had to mine it like miners. I mean, like diamonds out of the walls of
Cybertron. It was dirty energy.
They were taking the cues from the comic book.
Question: wasn't one of the primes? Their name sounded like a quintesson, like Quintus. Wasn't one of the primes?
Dreadquake might be able to answer that, but it wouldn't surprise me if one of them were a prime.
Yeah, and the reason I bring it up is because if you watch Transformers Earthspark,
right,
they mentioned the primes, and one of the primes actually visited the Quintesson home world, and the Quintessons was named after this particular prime.
I mean, in the lore there is one name that because they have, but I like that real quick.
Yeah, like Quintessa Prime or something like that.
So let me address what Deluxe Baldwin is talking about here. And for the money grab, to me, be honest with you, I would say Amazon or HBO Max needs to make a Transformer Megatron origin story to explain what's kind of going on. Give us a Five Faces of Darkness, what happens after this movie with Megatron. Obviously, we could skip all of this because we've seen him become evil. But if this is the next installation of the movie, I think, you should focus on the rise of the Decepticons and the fall of the Golden Age that's occurring right now would be a better movie. Right. Then you bring in the Quintessons.
Right.
Yeah. And so I would probably say Paramount, since the Transformers movie and Transformers Earthspark is on Paramount. I would also include Paramount.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wanted a little bit I wanted to be dark because I felt that second hour went pretty dark, even though it wasn't as bad as 86. But to me, this movie didn't feel like it was for children. But
I think Netflix
did. Yeah. So to answer DJ's question, it was Quintus Prime, and he actually created the Quintessons.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of mud and honey.
Oh, Dracula got it.
So
I transformed the dildo, y'all.
So,
put that thing away.
See, that's why I say it's going to be a three-way war, but the two sides are going to come together to fight off them guys. And I think it's going to come into that bigger Cybertron war. It's all about that Energon flow that came back when Optimus Prime got the Matrix. Yeah. It's all about that Energon. That's just like money, bro.
I agree with TNT.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
I think it's gonna start off how Jonathan said, and the war gonna start. I think the Quintessons gonna interrupt it, and then they eventually got to work together. Then they're gonna defeat the Quintessons, and they're gonna go back to the Golden Age war. That's what I think gonna happen. Honestly. All right.
Oh, Jonathan said they're gonna go straight. It's gonna be Megatron and Optimus Prime all together.
Like that, and I said the Quintessons gonna interrupt. They're gonna interrupt.
I think the Quintessons are gonna come before that.
Okay.
Well,
I really think that.
Well, if they're keeping the same secret sauce based off of everything that they showed us, it's already documented somewhere in the IDW. We just need to go look and see what happens after Megatron's origin.
Yeah. So let me ask a question: Why are the primes deterrents for the Quintessons?
Because
you said why did they turn?
Yeah. Why? I mean,
maybe Quintus Prime is one of the ones. He's like a weird scientist, maybe. And his weird scientist stuff just went haywire, like Ultron did, the Iron Man. Mm-hmm. So, and then they come back and Sentinel Prime betrayed the primes and blah, blah, this. The flow starts going. Now they got the mine for their food and whatnot. And then he owed them. So he owed a loan shark. And that's why I keep saying whenever that flow came back, bro. That loan shark want his money, bro.
Yeah.
Same
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Quintesson's definitely coming back though. I believe they could definitely coming back.
So let me ask
I
this
also
question.
look at it like this though. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead, question. No, go ahead. Finish your statement.
No, with the power of the primes being back, that's a deterrent because, as we all know, like even though it's only one prime, Optimus is always a lot stronger than the power that he uses. He's one because of his character. He holds back a lot.
Yeah.
But if he like say if Megatron became prime, it would just be no holds barred. Like he Optimus possesses power that he just doesn't tap into because he doesn't want to hurt nobody.
Right.
It's one of those things. I'll only use the strength as much as I need it. But that if he has quote unquote prime level strength now because he's a prime, that's why they're scared of the primes, because the primes are like that ultimate power level.
But with the upgrade Megatron got, even with the cog he had previously when he got Megatron's crime, it seemed like he got a poor man's version of his own Matrix, in a sense. So it had to level him up.
You got a bootleg Matrix.
But also,
it's like Megatron has the power of a prime.
But also, Optimus Prime let him know, bruh, you still weak sauce. I mean, he literally cut his gun in half. He said, "Brother, you too weak. You ain't hot enough for me, bro."
Well, because you got to remember, Prime got the cog upgrade
and the Matrix.
Got the Matrix.
Yeah, that's two cogs basically.
Yeah.
Well, does the Matrix house the powers of all 13 primes?
All 13 primes, and I think house
every prime after the 13 primes,
and Primus. It holds a little bit of Primus.
Yeah,
right.
Because if you go back to Paul, if you go to Armada, Optimus Prime was able to merge to get big through Primus because of the power of Primus. Yeah, he split that gun in half. Yeah, Deluxe TNT. Yeah, that's right.
So why you gonna think they used the spike ball and chain for Megatron? Because
I don't know.
That's an Easter egg in itself. I mean, I think they dropped the ball on that part. They should have gave Megatron his extra weapon. That would have been cool to see.
Now, they did give him an extra weapon. They gave him an extra cannon on his left arm.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
And when Optimus Prime ripped his cannon off of him, he hit Megatron with it. Megatron took the cannon while he hit him on his back. It formed back against him, and he used the cannon when it was on his back in robot mode. So it shows a lot where these guys can do way more than what really.
All right, let's address Dreadquake's comment. The Quintessons actually killed Quintus Prime once he was useful to them, and eventually developed space flight and left their planet to sort out for the creators of the home planet Cybertron.
Yeah,
pretty much like I said. It's like Ultron against Iron Man. They turned on him.
Fair enough. If this ain't "Where's my money?" I don't know what is.
Hey, that's where my money. Where's my
money? With all my cash.
Give me my money. Give me my money. Hey.
So this is one of my favorite parts in the movie.
Yes.
Just this whole scene, the homage that they paid. Because I was not expecting to get all of this.
I didn't pay attention to the chair. Look at the chair.
Yeah, the chair looked just like the one the throne.
Yeah. Look at the chair.
Yeah.
Oh, and if anybody didn't know, there was another where I don't know if it's an Easter egg, but Soundwave actually transformed into the same ship he was on, supposed to be transformed into on Bumblebee.
Yep.
The toy version, he actually changed into that same ship.
Right.
Oh, here's another question I wanted to ask. So, how did you guys feel about Black Arachnia being there? At first, I was like, I hated it.
I liked her.
Loved her.
I liked it.
It was wonderful to include her. She makes sense. Yeah.
When she walked through there, I said, "Oh man, Black Arachnia." When she come in there with all them eyes on the side of her head, I'm ready for a masterpiece version of her.
Yeah. But all them panels, she gonna be terrible to transform.
Oh, I forgot. Manu. She got like 6 extra eyes on the side of her, on each side of her face, and then she opens up like a flower.
Oh
and
my
she,
goodness.
Woo,
Like
bruh.
somebody alien. It look like somebody alien.
Yeah,
She cold if she want to be, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
There is no shoe
Go
big
ahead.
enough.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the guy from Toy Story really put
Great
his
job.
foot in this one.
Yeah,
He
he
put
did
his
a great
foot
job.
in this.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with Alita 1
For what?
with her design. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I wasn't impressed by her
Oh,
design.
you know they're gonna do an
Even
RC.
after she got her T-Cog, I wasn't impressed.
Okay.
I wonder would they bring that in where she have to go to Alpha Trion and get that upgrade
It's possible.
because he
BBS.
became that 2-wheel, well, that 3-wheel motorcycle like RC was in Bumblebee movie.
Dreadquake, I got a question for you if you are still on the live. Whose cog did she inherit? Because I'm curious about her special power that she used to save Optimus Prime in the cartoon. And what's the relevance to that Prime to her? And I'm curious also, how did they fall in love? Because it seemed like obviously she was in charge when they were working the mines, but as soon as he gave her Prime, that just shifted. She just became.
I'll tell you what happened. They went.
Like, you
they
got
went,
money. You got money.
They went
now.
to they went
Facts.
to McAdams one night after they won.
McAdams,
After they was over there.
I got
They
drunk.
went to McAdams, had one too many shots, and he knocked the rust off that thing, and it just changed. It,
Yeah,
you know,
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Yeah,
she
really.
already was in love with him when she was giving him them love taps.
Yeah.
Oh, and who thought it was funny whenever she punched Shockwave in the eye?
That was
And
funny.
then-
That was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, and then she went like this. Well, who says I'm gonna follow you? She went like this. We will follow you.
So this
you know,
explains when you see the search for Alpha Trion in the G1 version, and when he got radar confirmation, female Autobots. You look at it, and now he's like, oh yeah, that bitch hit me in the eye back in '84.
Yeah.
Like, he looked really upset.
Yeah, Alita didn't pay attention to Orion Pax, but when he became Optimus Prime and was at the finish line,
Mhm.
yeah,
He was all feminine and shit, all of
Yeah.
that feminist
Like,
BS.
like,
went out the window.
Hey, look.
Optimus.
Hey, don't go too fast, Promise. Don't go too fast. Go back. You see how big that man head is over freaking Megatron on
Yeah.
D16? That let you know how big that Joker was. So he will almost probably combine size.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
That's Megatronus.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
his
wow.
head. That's just his head, bro.
yeah.
That's not the body.
Yep.
He was bigger than them other primes.
Yeah.
And then Alpha Trion transformed into that wolf dog. whatever
That part
thing
was sick.
Woo, what you talking about? It was beautiful.
Yeah,
The race was pretty good too, man. I really like the
I
race.
can see this becoming a video game.
Chromia.
Yeah, they go Chromia. Yep.
Yep. That's the only reason why I grabbed her.
You know what? You making me want to grab her too because she
Pause.
could play
All right, Trumps.
yeah.
Pause, Donald
No, we're gonna put pause Donald Trump on that. Don't grab him, y'all. Just go pick him up.
And grabbing women.
Yes. Now I thought, hold this thought. Did y'all find it funny? They had just bring it back to what Prime Dynamic said. Look at the sun in the background.
Yeah.
But also they had another planet to the left of the sun in the movie too. Oh yeah, I caught a lot on the second half, on the second part when I went to see it the second time. The cartoon, she was given the power of
That part I understand, but I'm saying I
Yeah.
was curious whose power did she get that from? Because if we're basing this on the cog, I'm just curious to know more about that Prime and who she got teamed up with. Because I don't remember him going into it or who got what cog.
Oh well, we knew we got the girl cog. That was the first one he put up there in the.
Primer. Yeah, that's right. Primer. Okay,
Primer,
yeah, never mind.
yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, the CGI was
Now-
wonderful in this.
According
It
to
was beautiful,
legend,
but-
Prima was the first Matrix bearer.
Was she?
Yeah, the leader of the 13, a warrior of light, and the first Matrix bearer who wielded the Star Saber.
Interesting.
The Star
Now
Saber.
that's what we
Oh,
need.
the Star
is it-
Saber. That's Victory Saber.
No,
Well,
but it's just like the because Megatronus had a Requiem blaster.
A rectal blaster. What?
Requiem Blast.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, be
Nah,
careful.
this ain't Diddy. This ain't the movie on Diddy, y'all. That's gonna be a whole nother thing. We're gonna bring retinol and baby oil and stuff all up in this. Yeah, take that.
So depending on which universe, because they have the Covenant.
COVID.
They have the Covenant 13. So it says that Primer was a warrior of light.
Hold on, go ahead, Quest. Go ahead.
That he got it from that bootleg.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
He got it from that
Right.
bootleg movie.
But if you go into the multiversal universe, again, Primal was the first Matrix bearer, first Transformer born from Cybertron, leader of the 13, and well, the Star Saber might, so in both reference universes, but in one of them, in the multiverse universe, Prima was a male.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Interesting.
I wonder was Primer the one that Sentinel ripped the Matrix out of the chest in on this one. If
No,
that's the case, that's
Sentinel ripped the thing out of Megatronus.
Yeah, Megatronus. Yeah.
No.
How big was Sentinel then?
I'm talking about the Matrix leadership of Matrix was in this guy where Optimus Prime is got his hand on right now.
I thought that was
That's
Zeta.
the one he ripped the Matrix out of the chest.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Sentinel
Did they show
ripped
that?
the cog out of
Out of
Megatron.
Megatron.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Do they show that in the
Yeah,
movie?
you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they show it. Dude, they show him taking the leadership matrix of leadership
whoa,
out of
whoa,
this
whoa,
dude's
whoa.
chest after he
Wait,
shoots him.
Wait,
he
I think
ripped it out.
Dreadquake is right on that.
Zeta. Yeah.
It was Zeta.
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
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 we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he took the matrix out of this dude that Prime is over now. He took the transforming cog from Megatronus. That's why Megatron put that cog in him, because that was Megatronus. You know, that was his hero.
Yeah.
And he was kind of pissed when he branded. Oh yeah, Manu.
It's all good.
There was a decal that Orion Pax gave D16,
Yeah.
and it was a
Megatronus.
Megatronus decal sticker. And so Sentinel took that sticker and actually etch-a-sketched it in his chest.
Nah, it's sketching it.
Not that.
Yes, sir.
It's more like branded him with it.
Yeah, they branded. He really took it at.
Jailhouse tat.
Yeah,
Jailhouse tat.
yeah, the jailhouse tat. Yeah, and it was raggedy too, bro. He was real raggedy.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about this real quick. The future of these movies. Now, obviously, they're off to a great start. What are they going to do to continue this path? Because they got something here. They really do. Now, the studios are probably going to rush them to rush another movie. So I don't think part 2 will be as good because they're going to learn from their failures, because they want to act on this with the hot streak. How many movies should we get out of this? Do you think a trilogy or should it be up to 5?
4.
I say 4.
5. 4 or 5.
4, and how many TV shows
50.
could they build
2.
off of this?
They can do 2.
50.
They can do 2.
What do we need,
No.
Rob?
I'm thinking. Give us. Okay, how many seasons we had with G1? 4 seasons, 5 seasons,
4.
3.5.
4 seasons.
3.5. Yeah.
Half, three and a half.
Give us
Butter.
8. Give us 8 seasons, and I don't want to see no humans until we hit Earth, and I only want to see 2 of them at that point.
I don't think we're gonna get 8 seasons for the simple fact that a lot of the youth, again, which are the ones that they're marketing this stuff towards with the
Yeah,
toys,
they're not watching cartoons.
they don't have that focus. They don't have that attention span.
What you're gonna get is 10-minute episodes, 15-minute episodes where they focus on specific characters. That's what you'll see on Netflix or Paramount or whatever the hell they put it on. And you'll probably see.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna definitely milk it. You know that's gonna happen.
You know what I just thought about, Manu?
Hold on, let me finish this
Okay.
tease real quick. Here's what I think they should do. They should treat this like Star Wars and Marvel. You got a good centerpiece of what you got going on here. Now, there's a couple of stories you can tell. Now, we need to know more about the Primes. How did that deal get constructed with Sentinel Prime? What made him become shady? We need to hear his story. So that's a great Disney type of streaming TV show that we can get there.
And the feed off of Manu, after Earthspark, they actually got a Cybertron cartoon coming on. After, so that's going to be based on Cybertron.
Yep.
Oh no.
Well, it may.
Oh, it
probably
is
somewhere centered around this, but you know, at this point, I just think
it's Paramount.
I think you still go with the IDW script. Look through those issues. See what you can build off of Transformers 1. I still would like to see, you know, parts of that. Obviously, it's already in the movie, so they probably won't go that well because there's no point. But at this point in time, you got a lot of avenues. The Primus story, put them against Unicron. You could do that. But the Power of the Primes, I'm sorry, the 13 Primes, that's a show that needs to happen immediately.
If they're smart, they'll give us a new movie every 2 years.
CEOs and smart,
and then they'll give us spin-off stories on
in between
streaming services.
Do it in between.
Because here's the thing, right? Most of the hard work, all the animation models are done. They know who their voice actors are for the most part for the main cast. So there's no reason why they should wait another 5-6 years to give us another movie.
Right.
Yeah.
The groundwork, the foundation is already laid. The hardest thing is the designs and the visions for the characters. We have that already. They laid that blueprint with this movie.
Yeah.
I think if they stick with the dude who does Toy Story, I think that will stay. I think
He ain't
that
going nowhere. At least not for 3 movies.
Yeah. I mean, because when Megatron shot old boy arm off, I mean that was beautiful. I mean that was some beautiful work.
Yeah, Paramount better lock him down. They better lock him down. For
and
real.
then where he ripped old boy. Oh yeah.
I was in the theater like yes.
I thought about that too, and I forgot to bring that up, Prime.
I was in the theater
Remember we were talking about Megatron Final Kill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Instead of him ripping Jazz apart, he ripped Sentinel apart the same way.
I was in the theater clapping when I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like,
good phone.
Do you feel that's the last of Sentinel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's over with.
Yeah.
That dude bled it. That dude bled to death. Yeah.
He went offline.
Yeah, I was about to say
that dude bled to death right there.
Right now.
All right, let me ask you guys this, and Deluxe, please chime in on this. Is the perfect ending to this is where we see Bumblebee and Wheeljack coming out of the sewer with those conductors? Is that how they should end this series, this trilogy?
That'd be wild.
Replace Bumblebee with Cliff Jumper, then yeah.
God,
no,
Rob,
I can see them doing that, and then we going to Earth. I can see that.
Or is that too many years? Because we don't know how many golden years have there been. Is this the first? I mean, well, obviously it's not. It's probably the
like
second.
2 or 3 golden
I say
years.
wait till after the second movie. That should be the end of the second movie.
Prior to this last war, that was the last golden age.
Yeah.
4 million years.
So I actually think that would be great to end the movie series on that, showing right before they went to Earth.
Fair enough. I agree.
Okay, I agree with you, Deluxe. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I
to me,
agree.
this feels like this is the second golden age that we're experiencing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But then they left out a lot of key components. Those Guardians and an appearance by Omega Supreme should have been in that movie. Now, but then again, now that they're creating Crystal City, that's probably before Iacon and it didn't exist. Because I don't see Sentinel building Crystal City.
Oh, so Icon, Kaon, and Crystal City aren't in the movie?
Well, Iacon is, but not Crystal
Icon
City.
Yeah.
So
We
that
didn't
may
see
be
any
coming.
Constructicons, right?
No.
Okay.
But there might have been. We missed it. I'm sure somebody, a talented YouTuber.
Hey, they probably still with Omega Supreme doing something. You never know.
Could have been in base mode for all we know. But then again, who was controlling the Guardians? Was that the Quintesson?
Was that
Somebody.
Somebody got a mute.
No, Raw.
No.
The second will be the rise of Megatron and the Decepticons. Third one will be the Destroyer Cybertron and the Quints coming back. Like I said, exactly.
coming back?
Okay.
Yep. I think that's the perfect way you sum this up. You're gonna let Megatron win, and if you can give us an ending like they did in Infinity Wars, where Thanos had to win and everybody left the theater, like, so that's it. That's the end of the movie. Motherfuckers just disappear and nothing else is going to happen. It was brilliant, and I think we should get a movie like that where Megatron just comes up as the champ, stand on top of Optimus, laughing and shit, and everybody's just in a frenzy and a panic, don't know what to do, and how does Optimus overcome this?
That sounds like
that should be one of the last movies in the installment, because if you remember in G1 when it started off, the Decepticons were winning the war at that point, which is why they ended up leaving the planet.
Right.
Well, I still say Quintessons, they're gonna fight over the planet. Then the Quintessons, they're gonna destroy the Quintessons. Well, not destroy them, but they're gonna fight the Quintessons, run them off. Then Megatron gonna say, "Okay, now it's time for us to get back, punching one another." So
I agree.
it's gonna be the loan shark. They want their money, bro, and that money is that energy.
But Megatron has never been that sensible.
No.
Yeah, but he still. Either way you put it, they have times that he kept Optimus Prime from dying, and the only reason they brought this in the movie because they were money hungry. Yeah. I mean, you got to look at the times Megatron thought about when Optimus Prime said, "Well, we're gonna have to shoot this thing in the space." So he let Megatron actually let Optimus Prime hold him. See. Thank you, Deluxe.
I think Deluxe's hamster ran over his keyboard and typed.
No, whatever. No, we didn't. Whatever. Thank you, Deluxe. Yeah,
I agree with TNT. I will also add that during the fight with the Quintessons, because as we mentioned before in the movie, the Energon was flowing again. There's plenty of Energon now. I think what should happen is during the fight with the Quintessons, the Energon gets interrupted, which brings them to that dark age. And then once they fight off the Quintessons, of course, the Autobots and Decepticons fight each other again. And then the Autobots determine, like, hey, we gotta search for more Energon. Because if we don't, the planet is gonna, die and everything.
Wow.
So I think
when they come to Earth.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Or that would be the end of the second of the trilogy.
I can see that.
And then the third one would be when they're on Earth.
So we got possibilities. This is going to be a great story. I'm already excited for the next one. And if Dread Creek is correct on this one, the possibility
it do like
take over the Quintesson flagship to make that the Nemesis. It makes the perfect sense why that could happen, because I feel the Decepticons will drain the planet, causing Cybertron to go offline, and this is going to start the poverty for them, because they used up all their energy burning on wars and all of this stuff, and for themselves. And what are we going to do now that the planet's not flowing anymore? So now Optimus gets the idea to leave, go find energy somewhere else, leading them up to go follow them and how we get to Earth.
All we have 3 or 4 humans. That's it.
I got a question too.
That's it.
Was Metroplex part of Iacon?
Say again?
Was Metroplex part of Iacon?
It could be.
Maybe in the video game.
Yeah,
Depends on the continuity.
He was asleep.
Yeah.
Could Metroplex be a headmaster for Primus? We never know.
Could be. It probably Fortress, since Fortress is bigger.
So the question I was going to ask is,
okay,
was there only just Transformers on one planet in this movie, or did they have colonies on other planets? Or did
it looks like they were.
That would show Icon on the surface.
It looked like it had some type of 13 colonies kind of thing, where mass production workers were in these certain states, so your Maryland, Philadelphia, stuff like that, and Iacon was just the capital, the DC of Cybertron. So it looks like they were in those regional states because of the planet. It looked like it was in bad shape, and nobody went to the outside lands because there's nothing up there. And everybody thought they were just throwing waste up there when they was actually, smuggling Energon to give to the Quintesson.
Right. I think personally, it's probably all the Transformers were still on Cybertron, and then after, and then during the war, you're probably going to have some Transformers migrate to other planets to avoid the war.
Well, that's in Sandstorm. That's when Sandstorm left.
And
they got tired of the war.
Yeah. Yep. Now, could we see the Wreckers make an appearance?
I hope so.
Yeah,
Not till at least the second or third movie. Well, the third movie, I would say that would have to come later.
Yeah.
But I don't want Wheeljack to be a wrecker. I don't want him to be a wrecker.
Well,
they
I
had
want the
Wheeljack
original
playing-
team. Whoever was supposed to be a wrecker, I would like to see that.
Pat
Was that Cliff
Springer,
Jumper?
Springer,
Springer.
World.
Was DevCon?
No, DevCon was in the
Broadside.
Yeah,
Okay.
Broadside, Twin Twist,
Twin Twist and Twin Spin and Twin
Yeah.
Twist.
yeah, Twin Twist and Spin, whatever his name is, Top Spin.
Long as they don't bring.
Twin Twist.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Twin Twist. Yeah.
Well, where Manu go?
I think he got kicked out. There you go.
There you go.
As
Yeah,
long
put me
as long as they don't bring Wheeljack, because I thought in Transformers Prime, I thought that was the dumbest thing they did. Gave Wheeljack of being a wrecker.
Yeah, I know he was a bounty hunter, but I wasn't sure if he was on the Wreckers team. That's why I was asking Drake quick.
Yeah.
But he was a record for a little while, and he left in the what was it? It was Dreamwave or IDW continuity. I can't remember.
Hey, TNT, I'm kind of curious as to why you don't think Wheeljack should be a wrecker, because Wheeljack, he's basically a engineer, like a weapons
Because
engineer.
in Transformers Prime, they made him a wrecker because Bulkhead was a wrecker.
Right.
That's why I can't see him being a
Is
wrecker.
it
If they bring
based on personality? I mean, because that's Jackie compared to me. That's how I see it. I ain't looking at
They gave him a whole
Wheeljack.
different personality. He wasn't.
Yeah, they gave him a whole different personality. Even in Earthspark, they gave him back his personality, inventing things.
Mhm.
Right.
So I don't see how they can bring. If anything, they could have kept Cliff Jumper alive and #F the Rock.
Well, that's the reason why they killed him.
Oh,
yeah.
Rocky wanted to do the voice.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could have kept Cliff Jumper alive and him being the wrecker. But that's the only thing I was disappointed about Transformers Prime about. And if they bring him as a wrecker in this one,
They won't try to pay that man.
oh, I know. That's why I said
Yeah.
#F the Rock. They
We're
could
looking at $1 million an episode, maybe more.
Rock ruined everything.
Yeah.
Wasn't Perceptor a record too?
Say again?
Wasn't Perceptor a record too?
No, he was a sniper in the idea.
Yeah,
he
he turned
was-
to a
yeah.
sniper,
Okay.
neighborhood sniper, like Easy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's finish this up with the dislikes about the movie you didn't like. Rob, go ahead.
You know my answer.
Besides Bumblebee.
Oh,
I don't honestly. It was really nothing. I thought the movie was almost perfect. Not perfect, but almost perfect. There was really nothing I didn't dislike about it. I could think of.
What about you, DJ?
Personally, I think there should have been more emphasis with Jazz and Ironhide and Prowl, because in G1 and the comic books, Jazz, Prowl, Ironhide, Bumblebee, that was like his top lieutenants. Adding a leader one was great. I just think they should have added,
That may have been too premature because
Okay,
they
I
still
take
were
back what I
worker
said.
bots.
I
So
take back what I said. I agree.
hold on a second, Rob. But they may have not gotten there yet. And so now that they got their cogs and everybody's kind of suited up and feeling themselves, I think now you'll start to see people signing up to become Autobots to follow him. But it would have been nice to give them more, I guess, character development in the first one. But I can see why they didn't.
Yeah, because I remember reading somewhere, I think it was something off of TikTok, someone doing things about Transformers. And one thing I read about Jazz was that Jazz was one of the first people Orion passed.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that.
So that's why I was thinking hey, Jazz should have been on the trip, with them and everything.
Yeah, that's backtracking what DJ said. I feel like, and it's not no hate to B, but I feel like Jazz should have been in B place.
Well, you know why they did that.
Yeah. But I feel like
Technically, Ultra Magnus should have been in that place, in my opinion.
And Ultra Magnus.
Because they should have gave some love to Dion. I think Dion should have made an appearance in there. Maybe they can't recognize what the character because they don't know him, but they should have at least put him in the movie.
It's funny. It's interesting that you brought up Dion as Ultra Magnus. I know there's been some talk about is Dion Ultra Magnus or not.
Yeah. I mean, but I got a whole theory on that I can share. These guys have heard me talk about that before. I guess I could break it down real quick. To me, in the War Down episode where they bring a wounded Orion Pax, Alpha Trion was already working on a rebellion, and when he recognized that there was a strong life force in Orion, he put him in a design that he already established. I think they was going to go with the white Ultra Magnus first, but his power couldn't hold the Matrix, so therefore he used that shell, which we all know Ultra Magnus to be.
Yep.
And so there, I think he had a display of colors of Optimus Primes down there. He chose the red and blue one, put his life force in there, and it actually worked and didn't reject it, and therefore giving us the Optimus Prime that we have. And
so you saying Ultra Magnus, instead of picking the red pill and the blue pill, he said he gonna take both of them.
Well, no, I think Ultra Magnus was supposed to be the guy, right? I think he was supposed to be the guy, and I think that's why the Matrix never opened for him, because it didn't work for him when Alpha Trion tried to get it to work the first time.
Open, damn it, open.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same, and the reason I was thinking about this is because I was watching something on Weapon X, and I was like, okay, all these people, they tried to put that, the antimatter in there, kept failing. So their bodies couldn't sustain it until they found the right person, which is Wolverine, because of his healing factor. There's something about Orion Pax, his force was super strong that allowed him to accept whatever Alpha Trion needed to do to make this elite bot. And Ultra Magnus just did not have it based off of what Alpha Trion built. So I think the exoskeleton was not enough. And so he just decided to make him a second-hand warrior. What happens to him 4 million years ago and then, I don't know.
Second-hand warrior, God knows.
Called him a hand-me-down transformer.
Hey, Dreadquake said Protector was a part of the records in the IDW. He was a sniper.
What's up, Alpha?
All right, Manu, it's on you. What you don't like? Oh,
hell no!
Man, look, right now it's the best movie I ever heard. I mean,
hey,
hey, what's name got the bootleg for you? Just get him, and you just won't have the ending credits.
Alpha, I hope the missus makes greens for you with no seasoning.
You had sludge then.
Why hit the Alpha like that? What he done said?
Yeah, he
said they should have added Babe vs. Debbie in there.
They can keep Babe vs. Debbie and his nuts.
Dude, nobody
away
want
from
this
damn movie. My bad,
I am underneath the scrotum of the one. Come on. See them balls hanging in there.
Hey, TNT, what you didn't like about the movie?
Well, I'm going to tell you, they won't nothing I really didn't like, because I liked the whole movie. Hashtag F Sentinel Prime. He on there with Hot Rod with me.
Here you go with Hot Rod Slander.
Yeah. I got to agree with, I understand why they didn't do it, and Deluxe hit on that also. They might hit on it in the second. But when he announced, the only reason he gave Leader One side of a lieutenant, because they worked together throughout the whole movie.
Leader One?
A Leader One. That's her name, a Leader One. That was a leader.
I thought you said Leader One. Sorry.
No, a Leader One. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I get what he did there. And I think if something happened to her where Alpha Trion got to work on her or whatever, then he'll move Jazz and them over to that point. But other than that, man, the movie was beautiful. The CG was beautiful. When he shot Optimus' arm off, that was freaking Matrix all over. I'm not Matrix, Terminator. Ooh, that was beautiful. I can't find nothing else wrong with it besides I wish they would have played a little more of the storyline where Alpha was telling it. I feel like they cut something out in between there. Right.
Well, I'm sure we'll get that in the deleted scenes. Yeah. Hopefully there'll be a whole bunch of bonus content that we'll get to watch.
Unless you got the bootleg.
Quest, from a 480p perspective.
Hey, he didn't say P, put your interlace. He said you high.
Bootleg.
16 frames per second.
You too kind.
Yeah. Oh, solid. Oh, he got to think about it because everything was a blur.
I'm putting cases on all you. No.
Everything was a blur, y'all. He got to focus it. Everything was a blur. Somebody kept walking in front of it.
I got the casino ads in it. But anyway,
I was thinking about how the horizontal hole breaking the lines in the TV.
I'm going to the movies, man. Leave me alone, bro. I had a rough week, brother. Anyway, to be honest, it started off a little slow for me. And I wasn't an immediate fan of the personality that they gave Orion. I felt like it was just too not kiddyish, but like he joked around too much. You know what I mean? Like it was such a contrast to what I picture Orion to be and what's been portrayed in the past media. That it was a little off-putting for me. But once the action started, I was all in.
That second hour, I agree. That's my same argument. I think it was a little bit slow, and I was like, what TNT talking about?
I don't think it was. To me, I don't think it was slow because I get about his personality. I get that, but also he was a little curious about anything, just like anybody else. You want to be curious, you're gonna do things. I really like when he got ready to flip the bird off the Darkwing. I can't. To me, it didn't start off slow, but that could be because Quest didn't see everything. He didn't see him climbing the building and everything.
Hey, Alpha, I hope all the lights blow out in your display cases. Anyway.
Oh my God. Oh wow, that's rude.
Man, that's messed up. That's messed up, bro.
Here's the thing, right? To have Orion, because again, Orion, while the curiosity and the seeking of knowledge has always been a characteristic of him, as he's been portrayed, just that whole not taking nothing serious, the mischievous, it felt out of place.
And I think that because when we started off seeing the Optimus Prime, we started seeing a Optimus Prime that got older and wiser.
Yeah.
So if
you go to IDW and if you go to,
but you gotta look at IDW how they wrote it.
The War. What's the episode from G1 where they
War Dawn?
Yeah. He wasn't portrayed like that. So to see him portrayed like that for me was a little off-putting at first.
But I think War Dawn was a little older, just a little older Orion Pass. But I can see where you're coming from with that. And to me, when he started jumping off of buildings like Matrix and Mission Impossible, I thought, what? This dude really doing that?
Well, see, that's more something that I would expect from, say, Bumblebee. That young, immature, mischievous, carefree spirit. That, to me, that's just never been Optimus or even Orion Pax.
Well, you see what Alpha said. I got to agree with him because they were teenagers.
They were teenagers, so he's going to be immature. What teenager isn't immature besides Michael Jackson?
Yeah, a matter of fact, D16 was a little more mature than Orion was.
Well, it seemed like D16 had father issues, like he was abandoned or something, because he was already angry. I mean, we all hated a job that we hated in our previous work history, but he was already upset and angry at the world. And I think whatever he knew about Megatron he just fueled him, and this is what it is. That was his Sith Lord. So it was only a matter of time. Like I called it, even though he wasn't in the movie, I felt that Anakin Skywalker Sith Lord kind of relationship, at him going to the dark side.
Well, I think also he was kind of sick of having to bail out Orion. Like, dude, how many times I gotta leave?
Orion. Oreo.
TNT is the last person that could judge me about mispronouncing their name. All right,
I will F up a name right now.
Anyway, here's the thing. It's like he had that whole outlook. Like, damn, how many times I gotta leave work early to go bail you out of jail and shit? Like, I ain't got no more bail money, dude.
Hey, for real.
He said Megatron's dad for some.
Never came home.
Never came home. That's what it is.
Hey, look, he went to go get that Energon cigarette and stayed out. I'll be back, honey. I might have to
All right, guys, this is the final question. And I've been saving this one, and I'm curious to see what you guys say in Deluxe, Alpha Pack, Dre Quake. This is also for you as well. Is the new Transformer 1 movie, is that the new law? Or does it still remain with G1? Is it IDW or is it War Done? What are you going with now?
I'm going with G1 first, and then this one second. It came close.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about story now. When you look back at when you're looking at Transformers, and we're looking at the history. Obviously, the movie gave us more than what the TV show did, but obviously, it's two different stories of how they met, or what we got with War Dawn and the other episode where they went back in time.
I think I don't. Well, y'all might hate me for this. I'm going with Transformers 1 because, like I said, we started off with Bumblebee picking up some Energon sticks or whatever, and then they rushing off to planet Earth. We never got a story of how it came about, how they was created. So I got to give the lore to Transformers 1 because it got me thinking, okay, this is how it came about. Everything. You know what I'm saying? How did Orion Pax became that? How did Megatron became that? I want to know how they were friends, and they pretty much told us right here. Yeah. So I got to give us lore for that one.
Yeah, because the way it's like they had like 3 different stories when they were introducing Megatron. You had like 11 Constructicons working on him in a cellar somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where the hell he came from, and then what was the other one? It was another one that they did. It looked like the Constructicons came after Megatron in
they were saying.
So they let you watch the story. But yeah, Deluxe is right. They should have addressed this in 07.
Yeah, and with the Deceptor, with the Constructicons, like we were saying, they were telling them they was here. Megatron said, "Yeah, I created them here in this cave." But then you come with a story later on with Omega Supreme, and they was friends with Omega Supreme during the Golden Age.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
So I got to give Transformer 1 the full lore story on this one because he took 5 things and brought it into one, and like I got to give it to them. I mean, Transformer 1 put me in there.
I agree.
Paul,
DJ, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with TNT because in the G1 cartoon it was like several versions that confused me as a kid. I mean, I still enjoy Transformers, but it was confusing as a kid. But Transformers 1, pretty much like what Alpha Pack is saying, it blended mythology and created a new series and movies. I like Transformers 1 because it set the tone. It set the tone for not only the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron, but also with, however they developed the story, afterwards. I think Transformers 1 is the new rule when it, it sets the stage for a definite origin point as well as, consistency, throughout for the series.
Well, here's the coldest part about what you're saying is this story's already been here. Because I mean, the origins of Megatron came out in 07. Most of us didn't pick it up to read it, to understand it. And a lot of us probably would have felt like that years ago if we would have just picked up the damn books, including myself. I'm probably the guiltiest one here. Because you couldn't tell me nothing outside of G1 wasn't law. And looking at this, it totally changed my perspective on how I see things. Fat Rob, it's on you.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And as a person who watched G1 and read the comic books, you could say as long as it was straightforward. Nothing was switched up. They didn't change anything. It was straightforward. These guys met, became friends. They became who they became, and bam, that's it. That was perfect. Nothing switch around, no different stories. It was straight ahead. Yeah. So that's what I liked about it. So yeah, I'll put Transformers 1 up there.
So Quest, from a Zenith perspective, what do you think?
So I'm still gonna lean with G1 because here's why I'm gonna lean with G1. As erroneous as G1 was, it's held up for 4 decades.
Correct.
And it's easier to take a bunch of stuff that's already been done and mix it into one than it is to actually come up with a recipe from scratch that stands the test of time. So I understand, and I agree with y'all as far as TF1 is a great mixture of all these different backstories, and came out with the best possible scenario. But think about how hard it was to start from scratch with nothing to base these storylines, these backgrounds on, and then make it so good that it still is relevant and important 40 years later.
Yeah,
we don't know if what they did in TF1 is going to be screwed over by the next TV show or by the next movie, or they decide they're going to bring Bay back in and whatever. What we do know is that G1 has been around for 40 years. As crazy as it was with the animation mistakes, the mixed up stories, all that stuff, it still has been good enough to be relevant and still talked about even right now, 40 years later. So I'm gonna go with G1.
And I agree. I think that was a fantastic way to explain it, because there's 3 people I like to thank for our G1. That's Ron Friedman, Bob Budiansky, and Flint Dilley. And of course, the other writers that I can't think of their names. But I mean, the deadlines that they were put upon, as far as like, you got 48 hours to write a 2-part episode. And that's hard. That's hard.
That's where you get those continuity errors from.
Right. So I'm gonna go last. Not even just write it, but also create these characters and make them good enough that they impact their audience for 40 years. Like, it's easy to like, all right, if you tell me your backstory, right, I can come up with a story that fits your backstory. But if you don't tell me nothing about you and I got to come up with this amazing story about you, which one is harder?
Fair enough. Well, you sir in the back. Manu?
It's my take on it. Even though I haven't seen the movie yet, I'm looking at it as when these stories are written, they're using whatever landscape they have as our society at the time to actually tell a story. Again, in the 80s, it was due to the Cold War energy crisis. You get to the comic books, the IDW, and the Dreamwave. The political unrest that we have, so people know more politics, is what fueled a lot of these stories, and how Megatron got his origin story, really, with Optimus Prime. And now, today, as Quest said, they have blended all together. And as Albert said, it's a modern mythology for the modern audience. Yes, it pays homage to us because, G1 is always going to be the cornerstone. It's always going to be the bones of it. It's always going to be there. So they can never do away with it. But as far as Hasbro and any movie makers go, they have to reinvent the characters in order to move forward. They can't keep using G1.
Well, I'm not mad at that. I mean, but saying it always has to have a law when you're telling the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
I agree also, and Alpha brings up a good point. Most of what we got was because of Marvel first.
Right.
And that's there's no shade to them, but as far as them, they've now been taken out of the race, in my opinion. I don't know the story as well. Right. To me, it's between IDW and G1. That's what it seems like, just because of how this movie is performing. It's going to be an interesting way how they're going to, retain the secret sauce to bringing in new material for us to watch these movies. And so if G1, like Quest said, is still going to be law because of what they had to deal with, how do we follow our stories now as people who are the first gen to Transformers? Does that change our mindset of how we want to watch these movies and how we want to tell the stories of the tales? How does this impact our collections? Because for most of us, we are cartoon accurate. We are G1 enthusiasts, and we want it to look as much to the T as what we grew up on. Mm-hmm. So now we got a scale here with 2 stories. What do we do? What I'm saying? And I feel, hold on, one more thing. I feel like now we're getting an X-Men 94 type of story with Transformers that's coming, as Manu stated, with the political aspects of this. And I'm curious to see that story.
It's X-Men 97, by the way.
Well, I'm talking about the original.
Oh, okay. I'm with you on that. I want to see. I'm with Manu also and Quest. I love you. I'm still with you on that because G1 is always going to be top. But I want to know what's the beginning. The Bible's got Genesis is the beginning. If we started out in Romans, don't you want to know what happened before Romans? Don't you want to know what happened before John and all that? So I think they got something here. And I think if they would take our 86 cartoons and clean up a lot of the mistakes, like especially with the Constructicons and all that, I think we have a good story because I can bring up a certain video game. I know they're more out there, but like Destiny, when Destiny came out, they had one story. And then all of a sudden, that story jumped from here. Okay, what happened here? So now they're trying to backtrack, clean the story all the way back up to get it back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, one thing I will admit, and I can't believe I'm saying this on live, but I can now fully accept Megatron as a tank.
Well, I can agree with you on that one because who going to carry around a laser gun?
Mm-hmm.
They all got laser guns.
Right.
Yeah. I can totally agree with you on that. And by the way, if anybody want Megatron Studio Series, TF Source got them on pre-order right now. He just went up about 2-3 days ago, something like that.
Really?
All right. Well, we're at time and we're going to continue this conversation offline, but I want to open up the floor to DJ for joining us today. Appreciate you. You gel right in, man. Feel like you always been here. So tell the people how we can find you.
Tell people how to you. I'm sorry. It was.
Well, I don't know if you do social media other than I couldn't find anything else, so I just.
You can find me on Facebook. Keith, middle initial D, last name James. I don't do TikToks. I like to watch TikToks. I haven't done a TikTok yet. Maybe one day I'll do one. But other than that, I just like to, watch, TikTok as well as YouTube. Like I say, thank you for inviting me. I had a, great time with the brother. It's good to be with brothers that love Transformers,
Mm-hmm.
And I've been collecting Transformers since they first came out in the 80s. And I'm 49 now, and I'm still collecting Transformers. I still got my old school G1 Transformers in a box in my garage. And I have a new collection in my third bedroom that I turned into a storage room. Hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you for inviting me, man. I had such a great time. And like I say, hit me up on Facebook.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here and encourage you to show more of your collection because we want to embrace you and get your numbers up. And you are very articulate when it comes to talking Transformers, and people need to see your story and what you think. And I think you can add a lot of good value to people who want to reach out and find out more about Transformers. So I encourage you to just dabble in it. I mean, you don't have to do too much with it, but just like Manu did, I encouraged him and he's wonderful at it. And so be a starter, and we know you are. So
appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Rob,
hold up. I'm
sorry. Go ahead, Money.
Cut you off. How about to say, DJ, we've had a civil time. You ain't had a good time yet. Wait till we have a good time.
So I tend to bring my material, and as you've seen my videos, I can go a little while now that I got so much power with AI. So we do tend to have some fun.
Yeah, you gotta get your product ready.
So so when he feels more comfortable, we'll bring him into the circle.
Roger that.
Yeah, it's like Def Jam for Transformers. So we have a good time.
Get a bottle of holy water, say a little prayer, buckle up.
Hey, put it this way. I'm about the most Christian one in this group, and Quest turned me.
Boss.
Pause.
That sounds mighty dittish right there.
For real. Damn.
Oh, hold up. We got another one. Watch the movie at home. Bootleg all the way. Curtis Lawrence, aka Striker Prime. Watch it.
Oh, Striker, come on, Striker.
Man, that's crazy.
Right.
Hey,
He probably watched.
Hey, Striker.
He probably watched it without a vertical hold. It was crooked.
Probably a Russian.
Oh man, Rob, what you got coming up, man?
I got nothing going on. Just gonna be a chill week, relaxed week. I don't know. I'm gonna make another video talking about TF1. You know, because I'm gonna get on the Bayverse people that was in my comments before the movie came out. I'm definitely calling them out. So I'll make a video for them soon, and that's about it.
Cool, Monday. What you got going on?
I'm gonna go see the movie with the family tomorrow. My wife don't know nothing about it, so me and my daughter gonna educate her. Then I guess I'll post something talking about it, and that's about all this week.
All right, TNT, what you got going on?
Not much. I'm still behind on movies, but I might put together this Predator King tonight. But other than that, I got nothing going on. But I won't be staying on after it because my wife, she graduated from college.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Hey, baby. Everybody said what she got? I gotta let her know. Oh, there she know. Everybody said congratulations on graduating. She said thank you. But other than that, that's about it. Oh, you can find me on TNT Neon Prime on all platforms: Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Deluxe, I know you follow me on TikTok. Follow brother on YouTube. Deluxe. I know you follow me on TikTok. But other than that,
show, man.
We
got to get Deluxe on the show.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
I want him laying on the floor playing with his toys, though. I tell her to look.
Well, you can do that on your show.
No, you know what toys are. Okay, you know what toys are talking about.
No, we don't.
Oh Lord! But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, and I had a great time tonight. I'm sorry, Quest, that my messing up names bled over to your side. You know.
That was funny, man. This is a good one.
We'll do strike.
Yeah, that's what's up. Quest, what's going on, brother? What you got going on?
I will be going probably Sunday. I'm gonna probably go Sunday night to go see the movie in theaters. Me and the wife. So but yeah, I'm on TikTok, Cybertronian Quest.
His lives.
I got a second page, Quest of Iacon. I haven't really I created the page, haven't really added much to it yet. I'm on the DJ side of TikTok, DJ Quest, and also Quest for Sounds Entertainment. Check me out there. DJ Quest on Instagram, Cybertronian Quest on Instagram, which I've been really lazy about that page. That's about it, man. I'm all over the place a little bit. TNT, stop sending me invites to your OnlyFans. I'm good, brother. I appreciate you. Rob, we gonna get you that Vaseline sponsorship. You ain't gotta worry about it. And that's it for me.
Hey, look now. DJ kept leaving the thing a lot. And his hands look like they were shiny a couple times. So I ain't gonna say nothing. Wow. I mean, he might got heated by us talking about Transformers. Look at him, it's shiny. Oh, and DJ, crazy. I'm 49 by the way. I'll be 50 in January. So I'm with you with that. I got a couple of my G1 toys from back in the day. Also, and I got more of them, so they done grew. TNT had Cybertron feet. What?
Hey,
Cybertron feet? What?
He trying to say my OnlyFans were feet.
Patroni and Free by TNT. Oh no.
His OF page is called Cox and Cogs.
Oh. Hey, look, and them cars got holes in them too.
So Quest, you saying we call it? Hey, Quest, you saying we calling him CNC Neon Prime now?
Hey, look, come to my page and get all the transforming cars y'all want.
No.
Okay. All right.
Hey, you might have to edit that out.
It's live. It ain't gonna
be live.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Y'all are a wild bunch. I don't know if I want to sponsor this channel anymore, but anyway, for those of you who don't know, Dreadquake, Alpha, you already know, Curtis, and Deluxe, I do have a website that is up. I am selling off my whole collection, my mainline collection, because I'm going third party. So feel free to check out primedynamics.com and check out the TF committee. Jake, we got a nice little spot for you right here, man. I think you deserve to be up here, so we want to put you up here with the rest of the committee. I want to honor my brother. This is how I do my Follow Friday. So if you're in the committee, we get you up in there. So,
to get in that spot, you got to put at least one video of your collection.
Yeah, so just go ahead and put that when you can. But check out Prime Dynamics. I got merch and shirts. I'm gonna do beanies and hats and all of that stuff. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming up pretty soon. So sales have been.
Hey, get the church fans.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna partner with Perry on that and Dynamic Shot Condoms. Anyway, thank you guys for joining and tuning in. And I appreciate you guys as always. This has been fun, good education. And what happened? Well, oh man, he blocked me off on something. I got you, TNT. Just so thank you once again, Deluxe, Alpha, Dreadquake. Appreciate you guys, Striker, everybody else who participated. Beef. Thank you guys all for watching. And until next time, be easy, y'all.
Peace.